What's poppin', guys, and welcome back! I've got a really fun episode planned for you guys today, so I hope you stick around and check out all the fun things that we're going to be getting up to. As you probably saw in the title of the video, we are going to be using bees to solve a big problem that I've been having throughout basically every episode in this series. But more on that later. In between episodes, I have been doing a whole lot of strip mining. You guys could probably see a little bit of that in the very beginning of this video, but I have been spending quite a bit of time down in the mines. In this very oddly placed barrel over here, I've actually got a good bit of ores. Yeah, almost an entire stack of deep slate diamond ore, not to mention all this other random stuff that I was able to pull out of the ground. The diamonds we're gonna hold off on for the time being because I want to wait and make a little bit of a spectacle out of that. But as for the rest of the ores, we can go ahead and get all of these mined down. I really want to see just how much ore we actually get from all of these. I'm gonna go grab my fortune pick and I will meet up with you guys right before I start my big ore mining time lapse. Alright, fortune pick has been acquired and we're going to be making our way over to our little spawn pavilion area. And while we're over here, you might notice that I have a little bit of a chest. We'll get to that in a little bit. But as for right now, right in this moment, we are going to be taking a look at all of these ores that I was able to pull out from several different mining trips. I'll see you on the other side. Standing atop our tower of obscene wealth, looking out across the world, the vast expanses of birch forest all around us, and the one thing that has just been on my mind all this time is, why in the world has my copper not oxidized? I put all this copper down at the beginning of last episode, and none of it, not one, has oxidized. I don't understand. I know it's like together and stuff, and that decreases the rate at which it ages, but come on, man. I built this entire thing. I leveled all this terrain. I did the roads. I've walked by here loading these chunks like a million times. Not a single block has aged one bit. One oxidation stage, bro. Please, please. Okay, we've got a big tower of opulence that needs to be systematically dismantled. Let's get on with that, shall we? Hello? I think your AI broke. Ooh, man. That was a good bit of ore mining. Our haul is pretty fantastic. If we take a look at this, right? 11 blocks of gold, well over a stack of redstone, 19 blocks of iron, another stack of copper blocks, basically. A little bit of lapis, a little bit of coal, bit of extra gold from like the nether ores and whatnot. That's a solid bit of loot, if I do say so myself. And if you're a little bit annoyed that I'm not mining the diamonds yet, yes, it is absolutely a tease. That's how YouTube works. If you want to watch the fun, exciting stuff that I talk about in my thumbnails and at the beginnings of my videos, you gotta watch until the end. Just sit back and enjoy. There's nothing wrong with it. What I've got in my chest here is actually the materials for a new build. And if you're wondering what this build is, I was actually talking to my friend Lewis, who you saw in episode 7, and he was interested in coming back on the server with me and putting together his own little treehouse that he could put in our spawn area. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the highlights of that. Ah, there you are. Wait, why did you spawn down there? Hold on. Why did you spawn down there?
Because I buried myself the last time we played.
Oh, right.
I gotta find a new spot to find a new spot to bury myself next time.
So in the big chest is materials.
Okay.
So before we do any placing, it is your choice to decide where we actually want to put this thing.
What if we like built it kind of on top of this hill? Like
yeah,
here.
Sure. Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. I tried to make sure it took up as little horizontal space as possible because I wasn't sure what your plan was.
I have no plans.
So I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to make like a gigantic mansion.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with the giant mansion other than it's going to take a very long time to make. Yeah. Let me go sleep real quick. Ah, hello there. Did you just do a 360?
Yes.
I saw that. That was epic, dude. I was like, why is he spinning so much?
Hit afterwards.
I mean, fair enough.
No, I like actually just like had to hard readjust. It was a really bad spin.
Oh.
This is a good spot. And then
all right,
because
awesome.
Front, we fill in these corners 3 blocks high.
Look at this dude with his mental layout of the entire build.
I'm just gonna run out of oak, and then
That's
we're
fine.
just gonna end up with more because you're gonna be deleting it as we go.
Yeah, like I'm currently making more oak, so.
Don't be afraid to throw like jungle stuff in there too, like any other texture.
Okay.
I went to unmute myself like 10 seconds ago, and I just like double tapped it.
Oh no. I was wondering, like, Lewis is moving around, but he's not saying anything. What's up with that?
Yeah, my mom was down here. I didn't tell her that I was recording, so she started talking to me.
Yeah, no
I didn't want to be rude and be like, "Shut up, Mom! I'm playing Minecraft! Get out!" It happened. I'm out of oak.
Right, well that is an amalgamation of logs. I just call everything logs, so I'm sorry if that gets confusing.
No, I confused myself too, because I didn't even realize that what I was working with wasn't called logs at first.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Dude, if you ever try villager trading someday, you're just gonna be malding. That, you know, that would actually be a really fun video to make. Friend who's never done anything with villagers before sets up a breeder and trading hall. He's not allowed to leave until he like finishes it. That would actually be really funny. I might make that sometime. It might be you, it might not be you. I'm not sure yet.
I would love to be the experiment.
The guinea pig.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop waving side to side and just mash.
I think if you hold it down, it speeds up eventually.
I could also just throw all of them. Now my wrists hurt.
This sounds like a you problem.
It definitely is.
You should see my hoe, dude. My hoe is powerful.
All right. I had no idea. I like how it's coming out.
Nice.
It's right now it's funny. It's a little hard to get an idea as to how the branches look because so much of them are just covered in dirt.
Yeah, I mean the branches aren't very big for a tree that's this thick. You know, I gotta say with the leaves, originally I was a little skeptical about the wood gradient, but with the leaves and the roots and a little bit of other touch-ups, I think it actually looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, like it looks like messy in like a good way, you know?
Definitely.
Like a more natural way.
Yeah, like oak wood, I'm a little bit more hesitant to build with because it's a little bit more contrasty than dark oak or spruce, like this regular wood texture.
Like when I was setting out the build, I laid down all the blocks in front of me like a pallet, and I was sitting there and I was looking at it. Yeah, I was sitting there and I was looking at it and I was like, I don't really like any of these like alternating, like one or two. So I just started taking like 4 or 5 oak blocks and then replacing 1 or 2 with other ones and just seeing what looked best.
Start clicking some moss. So I already have a little bit put down.
Oh, okay. Oh, like it moves the moss everywhere.
And that stuff.
So, that's how the moss farm works then.
I mean, he uses stone and not grass. But yeah, so let's start with just a ring around the roots. And there you go. Yeah. Instant free terraforming. Look at that.
Neat.
One minor nitpick. I'm going to move the doors on the inside.
I think that's cringe. I don't care.
All right. Okay, I think we're all taken care of then, so thanks for joining me once again. Oh, drop off your armor and your tools first, though.
True.
I just want to throw everything back in the cat barrel, I think would be best.
Do my whole inventory?
Yes, I mean, you know, like random stuff doesn't matter. There's a potato in there, isn't there?
No, there's not.
All right, yeah, but mainly, like, especially, of course,
my
the
bone meal and some
meal.
dirt and a lot of torches. I still have this one.
Goodbye.
I hope you don't build here again. Goodbye.
I'm gonna fill that full of lava. All right, well, that was pretty fun. Always great to have Lewis with me on the server. The tree we put together was entirely Lewis's design. I just did a couple little modifications on the fly, and I gotta say, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna do a quick little cut here though and make some final touches on the build, and I'll catch up with you guys when that is all taken care of. A few more minutes of additional touch-ups and our tree is looking pretty done. We'll start off with the bottom. First thing you'll probably notice is that I put in a path and extended the road going over in this direction. So we've got it kind of slanting down over here. It doesn't really go that much further, but there's enough of it to actually, connect up to a little wooden pathway that goes up over this way into the house. There's a little bit more of a gradient with the moss. I've done a little bit more decorations like with the, what are these called? The blue orchids, a couple of azalea leaves, a little bit more vines. I rearranged the gradient on the tree trunk a little bit. And of course, I added in these very funky azalea bush and moss swampy vegetation things. I think they're very cute. We got a little bit of vine going over the front of this, kind of like some bangs. On the inside here, we've got a decent amount of space. We've got some shroom lights in the floor, a much lighter gradient of the wood, and of course some hanging roots and other things just to really bring out the lush, vibrant greenery of this interior. Really want to make it overgrown and whatnot. Then we've got a tiny little bedroom in here with a bed, bookshelves, and all that kind of stuff. I made an enchanting table. I think overall things turned out very well. And of course, before you ask, we will definitely be getting my good friend Protocol and some other people on here in the future, and they'll be able to build their own houses and all of that fun stuff. But of course, we gotta find the time for all that. We'll get there when we get there. Right, so onward to our main project of today. If you remember from the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this project we're going to be doing is going to actually solve a problem that I've been having for basically as long as the entire series has been going. And if we make our way on over to my industrial area, I can show you exactly what the problem is. It's not too big of a deal, but it's starting to really get on my nerves, and I'm thinking we're going to go put a stop to it once and for all. If we make our way down this cliffside that I used to get over to my industrial area, I believe you can actually see the problem all the way from up here. Have you spotted it yet? And no, it's not the floating moss jail in the sky. The problem is all this. And it's not just on the moss farm too. Got a little bit over there. Got a little bit more on the melon and pumpkin farm down there. Yep. If you haven't figured it out by now, the problem is oxidation. We're having the opposite problem that we're having over in the spawn pavilion. Over there, the copper refuses to oxidize and it gets very annoying. The problem over here is that my copper continues oxidizing all the time. And it's starting to really get on my nerves when I have to go around and do like a, all the time. Really not a fan of that. Not gonna lie. So yeah, not only is it becoming a bit of a nuisance, but we've got so much copper in this industrial area that I'm basically constantly seeing out of the corner of my eye. Another block that needs to be scraped. There's more blocks behind there that need to be scraped. These have just been too lazy to go get. We need a solution. And as you know, the solution is bees. I was imagining that we could go ahead and make a pretty ridiculous honey farm. I've been slowly gathering materials and flattening out a little bit of land up in the top corner of our industrial area way up over here. Because here's the thing, right? This farm is gonna be huge, like really, really big. Once we actually go and wax all of that copper, we won't really need that much more honey. So it's not gonna be some ridiculous, 87,000 honeycombs per hour, max optimal industrialized honey farm. I mean, it's going to be pretty good, but not that good. The reason it's going to be so big is because of the outer aesthetic design that I'm going with. I've come up with what honestly might be one of the goofiest and most ridiculous, not even just farm designs, just general Minecraft build designs that I have ever come up with. I put this together in a creative world a couple days ago. Dude, I could just not stop laughing about how hilarious this little thing looked. I mean, it's not very little, it's actually quite big. You'll see what I mean when I get it all put together. It is so funny, so goofy, so stupid looking that is making me laugh just thinking about it. I cannot wait to show you guys this design. So enough chit-chatting, let me clear some more land for this thing, and then we will kick into our main time lapse of the day and construct our ridiculously stupid looking bee farm. I hope you enjoy. Look at this stupid thing. Okay, I take back what I said earlier. This thing is definitely not optimal. He's got a mouthful of bees, look at him. This thing is so stupid and so goofy. I love it. I'm not sure what to call this thing, like the honey monster, or like the bee machine, the honey machine, or whatever. Because I mean, it's kind of a machine, right? We've got all these kind of steampunky elements with the gears on the legs and these big mechanical like claw-like feet with the grindstones. And of course you got all the lava coming out and the smoke on top and everything. But like, look at his stupid face. He's just bleh. I'd be pretty upset too if I had a mouthful of bees. The eyes are just creepy too. Like if you look at them, got these piercing eyes with the weird little spikes coming out the side, and you got these very odd honeycomb textures. Please do let me know down in the comments what you think of this build. It's so goofy. I've set it up to poop honeycombs out of its belly, cause why wouldn't you? And I've been doing a little bit of AFKing and whatnot. And you saw there, we've got a good bit of honeycomb. I mean, like almost, well, there we go. We just got 3 more actually. Oh wow, look at that. A bit over 2 stacks of honeycomb just from a little bit of AFKing. And of course we can enter through the buttocks here and go up into the belly of the beast. We've got a hopper minecart running along the bottom, picking up all the honeycombs and putting them into our auto dispenser. The design itself for this honey farm is by iCraftMC. I'll put a link in the description to their video tutorial. It actually goes really in depth and explains a lot more about bees and honey mechanics, more so than just building the honey farm. It's a really fantastic video. But yeah, guys, that is the honey farm. And I gotta say, I'm really glad that we're getting this now. Our copper is not looking too good. Ooh, we're getting into some really late stages of copper here, and it's totally just ruining the vibe of my industrial area. I'm gonna do a little bit more AFKing, get a little bit more honeycomb, and then I'm gonna go run around the industrial area, hit every single block of copper that I can find with the honeycomb, wax it all up, and then hopefully we'll never have to do any of this ever again. Alright, I definitely was not able to get all of the copper in my industrial area waxed. There's a little bit too much here for like the, I don't know, 2 1/4 stacks of honeycombs that I had when I finished my AFK session. I think I'm just gonna save the rest of all that waxing for between episodes. You guys don't really need to see all that. You know what's going on. Oh my god. Jeez, look at the sheer amount of melon it fills up my inventory. Oh my. I mean, maybe I should have seen this coming, but man, I was up there for quite a bit of time. And of course, I completely forgot about our pumpkin farm over here. Them villagers about to have plenty of melons to go around. All right, you guys have been waiting for it since the beginning of the episode. It's time to go take a look at our diamond haul, break all that stuff down, and see just how many beautiful blue shiny diamonds we can get from our many mining trips. So as before, I've got 54 diamond ores plus 1 diamond that I just accidentally broke with a regular pickaxe, and I've got a handful of other ores that I will mine down off camera. These are just the things that I pulled up out of the ground as I was excavating all that stone over in my industrial area. Nothing too crazy, just a whole lot of copper and coal. What you guys are interested in are these guys. So I've arranged my 54 diamond ores into 6 rows of 9. The reason for doing this is so we can kind of benchmark our progress of each different row. Like for example, after we finish one row, we can see how many diamonds we got and compare it to the average. According to the Minecraft Wikipedia page, this is the formula used for fortune calculations when you're mining ores. But if you don't want to do some real nerdy stuff, we can just look at the actual multiplier that you get from using fortune 3 on an ore block, which comes out to around 2.2 times. So, according to my calculations, 54 diamond ores should give us on average just under 119 diamonds. So if we can hit 119 diamonds or more, then we're doing pretty good. For each one of these individual rows, the average you would get multiplying 9 by 2.2 is 19.8, which means that 20 diamonds or more would be great for one of these individual rows. Anyways, enough technical chit chat. Let's go ahead with the mining. Starting off with the first row, we've got 3, 4, another 4, 1, okay. 1, 2, 4, 2, and another 3. 24 diamonds off the first row. That's pretty good. We'll put that in our chest right here and move on to the next row. 20 diamonds off of that one. Not as great as row number 1, but still average. 22 diamonds, okay, still above average, which is pretty great. Row 4 not looking too hot with 18 diamonds. Gotta go sleep real quick and we'll finish up the other 2 rows in a minute. Hopping my way back over for row number 5. Ooh, yeah, not looking too hot on row number 5, but that's fine. We've got one more row. This one is gonna be great. Can you beat our record of 24 diamonds? It was 24, right? Yeah, 24 diamonds with row number 1. Ah, cool. Well, that was decidedly below average. If you just flip these two, we had a straight downward experience. But what about our grand total? 64 plus 51, which is 115 diamonds. Oh, jeez. Not quite what I was hoping for out of that haul, but it's still a lot of diamonds. If you're wondering what I need all these diamonds for, I've got something in mind, but that'll just have to wait for a future episode. It's gonna be really fun, but I can't talk about it right now. Alrighty guys, that is just about all the video time we have for today. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like down below and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. I will see you guys in the next episode. Stay cool, my dudes.